Hello? Doo-doo-doo. It's Monday. Now, why have you moved, webcam? I had this all set up. And it's moved. It's fine. It's fine. We'll deal with it. But look, we have a top-down camera now. Woo! I went out. Well, I didn't go anywhere. Amazon, actually. I went and bought a an extender for my webcam. So now it's sitting on the shelf like I wanted it. So now we have a top-down view. And yes, I painted my nails again. They were just chipping too badly. So it was time. It was fine. So, how was everyone's weekend? What did everyone get up to? I did this. I finished the top row. You can't see. Hang on. Ta-da! There's the ending. I finished it. And now, without breaking everything, we're working on this. I also don't know why this light I have here, because I have a secondary light, is blowing everything out. Keshi got me again with the TikTok. No! Keshi, why? Keshi. Lumi's been sending me TikToks, so it's like... Yeah, anyway. So, we're going to get the thread. We're going to... I am, like, making a big mess out of this. I don't know where I'm going on this. I was like, do I do it by row? Do I do it by the page? So I don't know. And this line here, that was an accidental drawing. I somehow... with the pen. Because look, I gridded this time. I learned from my mistakes. And I gridded. So... because, yeah. Trying to count this side, there are mistakes. I know I'm pointing and you can't see. There are mistakes in this side, but you can't tell. So we're putting up with it. I know, but you don't. So this is the wrong colour. I want the next colour. It's a good thing I looked. Oh, that would have been a disaster. There. We are getting a bit thin on this. We have 3,000, not on this page, we have 3,446 stitches of this colour across the entire 2 pages that are here. God, this part is just so bad. I apologise. If I do this, it's not as bad. But then I can't see. But yeah, I also bought myself a clover crochet hook to see if that helps. Because I'm just wondering if it was my crochet hook snagging and not being buttery smooth. But we shall see. I haven't used it yet. I got more needles. Because we couldn't find my darning needle. So I bought a whole tube of them. So... your flat smells amazing. You cleaned the kitchen today, showered and did washing, and all you can smell is cherry blossoms while your clothes dry. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Ugh. Problem is, smells upset, because I have asthma, they upset my lungs and they give me headaches. We currently have an air freshener in our bathroom and it's like you're being attacked by fresh laundry. And it just, oh, it's not nice. Like, it just makes me feel unwell whilst I'm in there. I did kind of stink the house out yesterday, though, because I used nail varnish remover. And it must just be in my nostrils because I could swear I could still smell it hours after. Nobody else said anything. It was like just me. And I was like, I smell nail varnish remover still. But it must just be my nostrils because I can still smell it now. Yet no one else has said anything. So it's just one of those things. So yeah, I haven't done any crocheting since Friday. I was just wanting to get this done. This is like the thing that's going to take me ages to do because I'm not touching anything until this is done. So I've got this page and then the page here to do, and then that's it until I think July or August. So, and then I'll have a few, however long it takes me to get this done. I'll have that many days after, so I have till then. Right, I'm just trying to work out where I am. Let's move it. Because I was like I said, I was all over the place with this. So, these two squares, okay. Right. Hang on, the mic might be in my way a bit. Let me mute myself so I can move it so you don't just hear like clattering. There, that should be better. Why is Amazon music not being picked up? Is this music just so quiet? Hang on. Oh, it is. It's the piano. Kingdom Hearts music. Oh, my hand has no room. Oh, God. Right. Let's see. You watch the next song's gonna blow my eardrums off. What's this one? It's always weird working on a new page on this. Because you get so used to your hands being like over the other side. And now they're back over here. And I just feel cramped because I'm like right up against everything. Listening to Disney anime and Has-Been Hotel music lately. Same. On the Has-Been part. I was listening to the soundtrack Saturday. Because why not? They just get stuck in my head. That's what it is. Oh, I didn't. That was my bad. I didn't do that properly. I'm just cramped over here. No, come on. Ow. Right. There. Right now I need to Oh, I haven't got my tweezers out. There we go. I use the tweezers to help. Yeah. Drop the thread everywhere. Right. If I could hold on to a needle, that would be great. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble today. It must be just a Monday thing. I haven't stitched yet this morning or today. So I'm trying to decide if I want to stitch at my laptop or if my crafty corner or in my crafty corner, but if I move over there then I have to move Shacks. The dilemma. That is a problem. Move Shacks and he becomes Angie. Or leave him and you have to sit somewhere else. Or have him tread on everything. Shax is always grumpy. Oh, so does it matter then if you move him? Because I'm not seeing any downsides other than he has to move. I feel like I'm sitting like 20 yards away from this again. It's like the same issue I had the other day. I think it's just because I'm trying to be wary of the mic, whereas when I stitch on this normally I can be up close and personal. So it's just a bit different. It was fine. But oh boy, trying to set up this webcam yesterday was, oh my god. Because I put it on the shelf just as normal, like you normally would, so that the clamp faces outwards. And it wouldn't bend enough for me to get it to look at this. It was all the way past the desk, or no, I heard. That's right. Zelda's just grumbly because Molly's on the bed with him too. Yeah, so I was just trying to like work out how to get this right. So then I was like, right, we're gonna have to, because my mum was helping me. I was like, right, we're gonna have to take it off the shelf and put it into this hole that I have at the back, because the shelf is actually quite flat against the wall, but I have this one area where there's like a groove, because the shelf that I'm using used to be part of a TV unit. It's like this really thick wood. But it has like a groove like this. So it's in that groove facing the wall. The clamp is, and I've now got it how I want it, and it tucks away nicely too, because that was my issue as well. I had it out yesterday and I was looking and I was like, how do I put this away? It's fine, I just literally just tuck it back. So that solved that problem. Because I was just getting a bit annoyed with having both the webcam and the mic on my left. I'm right-handed, but I use my left when I cross-stitch and stuff. So it was just going to be in my way. Like, especially today with me leaning more to this side because I'm on this side of the project. So, oh, speaking of projects, there should be, in the channel points, there should be a new challenge in there. I set that up yesterday. Or was it Saturday? I set it up over the weekend. It's basically get to however many points I set it to, and I will kit up and start another HAED on stream. Not that I wasn't going to, I was going to do it anyway, but I thought, why not just make it a fun thing? But that will happen regardless of when we meet that. That will happen when I finish. I feel like this is just 1 second. Let me just boop, boop, boop. There. That will happen when I finish these pages, because I might be mad and have like a billion projects on the go, but I'm not having this and another HAED going at the same time. Because that's what the Q-Snap I bought the other day was for. So I can just put a HAED into that and just start it, because I'm not putting this on. I don't see it in the channel points. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, maybe I have to press the button. 1 second. I don't know where, I can't remember what everything is. I'm itching to start the EVA. Oh, Lou, it's okay. That's how I feel. Not about the EV HAED, but just about HAEDs in general. I'll kit them up, or I'll have the stuff and I'm just sat there going, channel points. Challenges. It would help if I press the start challenge button. It might have to be refreshed. Or maybe it's just there now. But it's started. Is it there? It's there now. It's fine. No, I've never done any of this before. It's all new. This hype music. It's probably very quiet for you. Oh, I am so sad. Friday, I finished my stream with Lumi. And I went to go watch back the VOD, and you can't hear her in it at all. You can't hear any, and I think what it was is we were streaming to each other in Discord, so we could see our cameras in real time, so we didn't have to watch each other's delayed stream. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is when I turn that into a highlight on the channel, I'm just gonna have to link to her VOD on YouTube. I'd be like, listen to this one, mute mine, but keep mine up so you can see my perspective. But this is the important one. Because she could hear my channel alerts, but no one heard it in stream. Because I checked. And it was my fault that we were late, enough as it was. Because I was just having a moment. So we didn't have time to make sure that everything worked. That's weird. What, you couldn't hear Lumi, or could you? And it's just not in my VOD for some reason. Because I feel like someone would have said something. Because that's what I'm freaking out about. I'm like, someone would have said that they can't hear Lumi. But if they had both me and Lumi up and you had me muted, you would have heard both either way. Because I didn't get time to check that everything was working on my end. It should have picked up in the... It's quiet. You can only hear me. You can't hear the music. You can't even hear my Take That depression that someone plays. So that's why I'm like, what the hell? I wasn't even streaming, could hear you. Yeah, but for some reason it just wasn't on my end. So I don't know. I am confused. Because I know Youth raided in, and nobody in Youth's raid said anything about not being able to hear the other person. But in my VOD, Lumi's non-existent. I'm just talking to myself. Which is fine, because it's what I basically do. But at the same time, it's like, no. But I didn't have time to check mine, because I have mine set up so everything's separate. Whereas Lumi doesn't have that. So that could be why you could hear me in Lumi's but not hear Lumi in mine. Because I made it so I could watch things like Lumi and YouTube and nobody else would be able to hear. So I don't get that copyright strike and stuff. But I didn't have time to check, which has made me really upset because you literally can't hear her at all. So next time, I will make sure to test all that beforehand. Because it's not fair to her to help me out and be on my stream and then no one can hear her. Because it was literally just, we sat down, we started talking for a few minutes and then it was like, start stream. And then panic. So and I had never done a collab before, and we were just trying to figure out like what was the best thing to do. Because we did decide to use Discord in the end, but we were like, did we use the Twitch feature? Because Twitch has a stream together. But then it was like, if we do, we can't change anything in our cameras. So like, our cameras were inverted. So my left hand was my right and my right was my left, and it was just going to confuse me. And there was no way to switch it on Twitch's end because Lumi tried it and it was just like, nope, that's inverted. When we tried just our webcams in Discord, it was inverted. So we just shared our scenes. So it was scuff central on my part. Next time I will definitely make sure that things are different. Because I had more time than Lumi to set up. She probably only got up like an hour or two before, as I'd been up most of the day. So yeah. It's just one of those things. My thread is tickling my nose because it's chucking out fibers. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with this last night apparently, because I started up here. You can't really see it, but there's 2 rows here. If I point there, you can see it. So there's 2 rows here, and I was doing all that, and I got to here. I did a big jump from there to there. And then I finished that bit and I was like, oh, where do I go? So I started doing this and I was like, wait, there's all this across the page. So this might be I jump around a lot, ending the thread and starting the thread to go somewhere else because, yeah. But I have fixed the bitrate issue. I did turn it down slightly. I know I said that on Friday, but I just wanted to restate it. I turned it down to like 5,900 instead of it being on 6,000 exactly. And that seems to have fixed it. Twitch isn't telling me I'm unstable. So. Because I know my internet can handle it. I think it's just, if someone's watching with poor internet, it can cause them issues. So even though it's fine on my end, for anyone that doesn't have good internet, it could be choppy, and it's like, that's unwatchable. So I thought I'd better fix that. You started Apothecary Diaries yesterday. Is that an anime? I think I've heard of it, but I've not seen it. But then again, I haven't watched any anime since the first season of Attack on Titan. Yeah. It's anime, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen a single anime since Attack on Titan came out. And I haven't even finished that. Because I'm too busy watching Twitch and YouTube. So, my sister had a go at me. That was basically her reaction. She was like, what? You're missing, I know. I just don't have the time, with quotation marks around time. So, I think my sister's just come home and that's why the dogs are going crazy. So I apologise if you can hear that. That's Cleo getting overly excited. No, come on, Needle, don't fall over. Yeah, no, I know I'm missing out. I've watched. Don't threaten me. Why am I saying hi? Why is my thing saying hi to me? Because ads have started. Yeah, no, don't pull a knife out on me, little. I just, you know. I'm very particular about my animes too. If I'm not watching YouTube, don't look at me like that. If I'm not watching YouTube and I'm not watching Twitch and I'm not gaming, I'm not doing anything. And that means that something's really wrong with me because I can't do anything. I don't know what it is. I have to be doing something with my hands. So that's why I cross stitch all the time. So where's my thread? There. I don't know what it is. I used to watch anime all the time. I ended up watching all of, like, when I was in school, I watched all of Angel Beats. If I'm not watching anime and cross-stitching or gaming or reading, then something's up. Yeah, exactly, see? I watched all of Angel Beats and cried my eyes out. Full on sobbing. I've watched Sword Art Online. I watched, like, the first maybe 2 seasons. I definitely watched all the first season, but something about being a fairy, I couldn't get in. This is in the wrong spot. Or is this in the wrong spot? This is why you don't stitch past midnight. Because I did this bit, and I came down, I did all this, and then I did that. But this might be 1 too high. This is 3 and it should be 2. This bit's off here. Yay. Because I need to go across and I can't go across anymore. Hang on, I can fix this. I should have just stopped. When my brain can't count... Oh, then I shouldn't stitch at all then, actually. We've learnt from Friday and Wednesday. When my brain's not working, I should just stop. Right, now I need to pull this out. Come on. What other animes have I watched? I could give you a list of anime if you tell me what you like in your anime. That's the thing, I don't know. That's why I haven't been watching. Oh, lovely. A yellow weather warning for heavy rain. Yay. We get rid of the wind and now we get the rain. I don't know. That's the problem. The angel beats broke me. Come on, I don't want to have to lift this up. No. No, that's the thread I'm using. Don't pull that. Spring, where art thou? This is spring, Lil. This is England's spring. Well, I mean, you're in Scotland. This is the UK's spring. It's gonna make me lift this up, actually. Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. It's fine. We'll have this till about... No. I know. I like the rain. Maybe I'm just one of those people. Come on. Come on. Now I'm picking this. I got it. Haha. No, I can't. Oh dear. There. That would get rid of that stitch. Do you know what? I couldn't find my seam ripper for ages. I feel like Rip It needs a seam ripper emote. Like, I feel like he needs a seam ripper in his hand for something. I'll have to come up with something. Because he's already holding a knife menacingly. I can't give him a seam ripper. You know, for when I have to frog or something. Just one of those things. I do also plan eventually, when I know my PC won't just turn to dust, when I try to, I don't even know what's going on here. I do eventually plan on doing some streams where I do art. Come on, what is going on? I did also buy the best pattern. So that needle minder I brought, that's the badge, and it says, the Grim Ripper will come for you. Why is this so difficult? I'm gonna like scream. Well, they released a pattern version of that and I bought it instantly. It's this frog pointing at you. I don't know what this is. Oh, did I? No wonder I had so much trouble. This wasn't even what I was, it was this. It was this. So I don't even know what this is part of, but it's fine. This is going anyway. Was that? I don't know anymore. Because if I wiggle it, I mean, you can't see it. Of course you did it. I had to. I had to. If it is a frog pattern, I say that I do have a list of frog patterns that I haven't bought. But if it is a frog, I must have it. Right, I'm just going to unpick this bottom row. And then try and sort whatever this mess I've made here is. But you know, I want to start, like, this thread is like ruining my train of thought. Which apparently doesn't take a lot. Right, we will leave that one stitch. What is this even from then? Oh, this is from over here. Right, we'll leave this bit and I'm just going to unpick that. Try and rethread this with like T-Rex arms. No, come on. You know, I want to do some art on stream. Like, eventually turn my PNG tuber into a proper VTuber model. No, 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 no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Playing thread chicken. And, thank you. And just make some emotes. The only thing is, any new emote I make will be a BTTV emote because I don't have any space on Twitch. So, oh, for crying out loud. Oh, for, I just, See, I love these pony needles because they're very small. Like, this is a John James. And if I hold them... This is a John James size 28, and this is a pony size 28. It's, like, so small. I love it because it means you can do... Like, you can get more bang for your buck on thread. But... the eye is so small. The threading your needle becomes a bit of a pain. See, and now I've lost the whole thing. So, we might just unpick more. It's fine. Because my thread isn't long enough. But yeah, I have some emotes sketched out. And it's just working out which ones I want to animate and which ones need to stay static. Because not all of them, excuse me, need to move. Right, that should be enough now. If not, I'm gonna scream. But yeah, no, I have such a back catalogue of things I want to watch. Like, I started to watch when it originally came out. This isn't an anime, this is just like a docu-series on Amazon. I should really start streaming again, but I only have my laptop for now. I mean, if all you're going to be doing is streaming cross stitch, it doesn't need to be the most powerfulest thing. Which docu-series? I think it's called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. It's basically about this woman from Ukraine. Let me just do that, but then it's going to go back because I need to... it's basically this... this woman was adopted years ago by this American family, and then they just thought that she was lying because she has a type of dwarfism. I can't remember off the top of my head because I haven't finished it either. She has a type of dwarfism, and she went through puberty a lot earlier than you normally would. And they just, that case. And they were just adamant that she was like in her 20s. So at 11 years old, they just abandoned her at this place. They thought that she was trying to kill them. And it was just this whole thing. And I think I'm only a few episodes into the original, because I was waiting till the whole thing came out with her side as well. But that was taking its time, but now that's out. I then also want to watch Quiet on Set, because that's out in the UK now. I did plan to watch it with my mum last weekend, but that didn't happen and we didn't get round to it this weekend, so... There's also the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. Quiet on Set. It's basically about Nickelodeon and the abuse that went on with the cast members. Like, what's his name? Is it on Prime? It's on Discovery Plus. If you have Prime and you get the Discovery Plus add-on, which costs extra, you can watch it on there, which is how I plan to watch it. But then... And then the Gypsy Rose, it's the Prison Confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. That's on... I just called that thread. No. That's also on Prime, but it's part of another subscription on Prime for the crime investigation play, I think it's called. I've also got to watch The Jury, which I watched the first episode and I already had opinions. I watched the first episode and I was just like, these people. Because I've watched a lot of like American programs, so many subscriptions. Yeah, I know. You can, if you plan to just sit there and binge them, if you have Prime, you can get like a 7-day free trial of each subscription on top of the Prime. So if you plan to just sit and binge The Quiet on Set, you can get the Discovery Plus one for free for 7 days and then cancel it before it ends. So you don't have to have like a billion subscriptions. And then you have to pay to get rid of ads. Which on Prime, and it's like, but I already have a Prime subscription. Why should I pay extra on top to get rid of ads? Do you not make enough money, Amazon? Hello. But I haven't had any ads in any of my things yet that I know of. But when I got that email about the ads, it peed me off. Yeah, no, I know. I was just sat there like, I already pay whatever the basic price is, and you want me to pay like $2.99 on top? No. Why? Explain to me why. Because Netflix tried to do that and they got a lot of flack. I mean, they still ended up doing it, but they did see a drop in customers. You know, it's just getting to the point where it's like, we got rid of TV so we could watch things whenever we want, and yet we're still having to pay a price. I don't even know what's going on over here. There. It's just getting a bit ridiculous. I don't pay for my Netflix, so I can't say anything. I don't have Netflix. So I miss out on all the nice things to watch that are only on Netflix. Right, that should be all the frogging for now. Hopefully I don't have to do any more. Right, let's put this thread back on this needle and let's actually do some proper stitching now. Oh, this is about Dan Schneider, yeah. And his foot fetish. I was listening to something last night. It was like a 2-hour episode on YouTube about this guy, and he was just talking about how many times, I think it was in iCarly or one of his other productions, that you see a cast member's foot. And it was like in the whole of, it might have been Zoe 101 actually. In the whole of that, only 28 episodes out of a 15 season show had no feet in it. And it's like, what? And I think the reason why this has piqued my interest is I never watched any of those shows when I was growing up. I was too busy watching Pokemon. And what was the other one? I did watch The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but he didn't direct that. Was that one Brian Peck? Because I think his name's Brian Peck. He has no relation to Josh Peck of Drake and Josh, by the way. They just share a similar surname. He was charged with basically CSA material. And as soon as he was put on the sex offenders list. And was hired by Disney to start production on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So they had a sex offender producing a child show with children in it. I've seen a little bit of iCarly here and there, but can't say I sat down and watched it from start to finish. No, neither have I. What? Yeah, no. Yeah. They had a registered sex offender. No, that's not there. Oh no, it is there. On the show. Yeah. He was sentenced to 6 months in prison, and as soon as he came out, Disney were like, we want you. Even though he had a ban against children, basically. But they were like, money's money. So, yeah. Oh my god, one of the cats has a whistly nose. I can just hear a slight whistle every time they breathe. I think it's Zelda. He tends to have the whistly nose. Yeah, no. I was just shocked when I was like, what? They basically had a paedophile on the show. So that was nice to find out. In my very sarcastic tone of voice. I came across a TikTok video the other day that made me go W2F with one of the pictures. I'm not saying all men are bad, but this made me feel sick. Yeah. And like, yeah, okay, not all men, but it's enough of them, you know? Like, we can all agree, yes, not all men, but at the same time, it's like, but men do. Oh. Yeah, I know, I just saw. Oh. Wow. He told his mother, sorry mum, I've strangled a girl and she's in the pond. Disgusting. Yeah, no. It's disgusting. But it's also learned behaviour. Like, a lot of the times, men were boys who grew up in an environment where that was allowed. They saw it with their parents, probably their grandparents, and so it was just allowed. And now it's up to us to teach our kids that no, you don't do that. No means no, and you need to respect that. Yes, okay, it's going to make you upset, and you're allowed to feel upset when someone tells you no, but you need to respect it. She's in the pond is so insensitive, yeah. And I bet, right, not to be that person, but I bet his mum's one of those mums, you know. Oh, my son can do no wrong. It was her fault. She shouldn't have rejected my precious boy. And it's like, you belong in prison with him then. Because you made this. He's this way because of you. So well done. Round of applause. Another man is going to spend however many years in prison because his mother was one of those mothers who was too busy going, my son's a precious angel. Your precious angel has killed a woman. So I'd be dragging my son to the nearest police station if that ever happens. Don't care what age they are, I'll turn them in. No, exactly. That's how it should be. Well, it shouldn't even got to that point, but, you know. If I had a son and I found out he was speaking to him in that way, he'd be out. Bye. Don't care, you're my flesh and blood. You don't treat people like that. End of. It's just, ugh. It annoys me. It really does. This is like the sort of stuff I talk to my mom about as well, where I'm just like, it's so disgusting that these things happen. Like, I'll read something or she'll read me something and we'll just start talking about it and I'm like, it's disgusting. And I go on like a 30-minute rant And she's just like, oh God, what have I done? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I need to express myself. You know, like, I have to set an example to my godson and let him know, like, his mum's doing a fantastic job. Like, it's not like she's not doing her part, so I'm having to step up. Like, she's doing her part as well, but I want to make sure that when he meets anyone, that they all don't just think the same thing. I want to, like, help him as well. I'm being an influencer. So ow. These blunt needles aren't very blunt when they stab you. Oh, I was reading in Lumi's Discord the other day that you've pinched her hand in her Q-snap clamp. Oh. Ow. I've never done that, but I can imagine. I've pinched my hand on other things and oh. But I think one of the worst things is stabbing yourself with a blunt needle down your nail. Oh. There's just that visceral, oh my God, reaction. You've done that and it hurts, yeah. I don't, oh wait. No, I have a little scar there though, you can't see it at all. But I pricked myself down the side of this nail and oh my God. Or down my finger actually into the skin. One time I done it so bad I thought I had permanent nerve damage. Because anytime I would touch near my finger I'd jump. I didn't, it just took longer to heal, but oh my days. So hopefully Youth's hand feels better soon because ugh. Stabbing right in the corner of your nail and skin is a killer too, yeah. Just on the floor. And then you have to worry about getting blood on your project because you're like, what if I touch my canvas and it just drips out? Ugh. And because these are blunt, it takes a little longer for your brain to recognize that you're doing something wrong. So you go further, whereas if it was a sharp pointy needle, it'd be like an instant touch. Oh dear. I'm a danger to myself with needles. And it's always my left hand because it's underneath as well. And I think Twitch is being sneaky and they've changed my settings. I had it to go off every hour, these ads for 3 minutes. It's doing every 1.5 hours. Or 30 minutes actually, for 1.5 minutes of ads. I'm gonna have to change that later. I did wonder the other day why it was going off so often. I just thought I was enjoying myself so much that it was just that long, but no. Ow, that was my chair, sorry. This poor chair. It's not even that old. That's what annoys me. This chair's not that old and it's making noises. Oh, I think I know what happened. I must have been so tired last night that when I was doing this bit, I went down 3 because I was looking at that. I see. Separate note, there's an old woman near me that thinks my tattoos are tacky. I ran into her this morning on my way to get some basic cleaning stuff. Like, I'm sorry. Let me just go remove them. Tacky. What? Why? Old people are confusing. I just don't get like why they can't mind their own business. Like you'll get those old people that come up to a pregnant person and pat their belly and be like, "Oh, when you due?" And it's like, The only one she could see was the bat, and I love my Bartok. I probably said that wrong. I just said how I read it. No, I just don't get it. Like, okay, if you were walking around with a giant swastika or anything like that, I could see people being upset about it, but you're not. You know, you're just expressing yourself. It's got nothing to do with them. Like I said, if you had a hate symbol tattooed on yourself in a very prominent area, then fair enough. But you don't. Just keep your nose out where it belongs. I had it when I had my lip piercing and was shopping in Asda. The cashier was like, "My niece is starting to get these and I don't like them." Well, sir, that's your opinion. You don't like them, you don't have to get them. Simple as. I turned around and was like, it's her body, not your choice. Yeah, no, this is the problem. We get men trying to decide what we can and cannot do with our bodies to the point where we now can't get an abortion. We now can't get medical care. It's like, who died and put you in charge of what we can do? You know what it is? We need to wait for all the old crows in government to die, and then we need to set a rule that you can't join Congress and make these sort of decisions past this age. Because, I'm just sick and tired of hearing what we can't do in America in certain states, and it's like, oh, so if this happens and I need medical treatment, I'm screwed. Great. Thanks. I would have said thanks, Obama, but that's not fair on him. He wouldn't have imposed that. So I'm not going to say thanks, Obama, because no. Emma, I swear his jaw hit the floor when I said that. It was hilarious. Good. Why make a comment about it? It's got nothing to do with you. Like, you can think what you want to think, but it's got nothing to do with you. I just... I just don't get it, you know? Like, why does it matter? I don't like full-on blackout tattoos, but I'm not going to sit there and tell people that have them that they're ugly. That's just my opinion. I'm not going to say it to them, because what they've done with themselves is what they've done. He was full-on staring at my lip piercing too, like, dude, it's a bit of metal and 2 shiny balls. Can I help you? Maybe he was just sad because the balls in your lip were bigger than his. Just putting it out there. Me and my mum like to joke that when men do those sorts of things, they've got small peen energy. So, like, we have a neighbour that comes out and revs his bike. He doesn't drive it, he just revs it, well, rides it. He just revs it and that's it. And I go, brum brum, brum brum. Because it's so annoying. It's just like, he just revs it up and that's it. Yeah, it's just, And the worst thing is, the neighbour I went to secondary school with, I thought I was done with these people. But no, he moved in right across from me. So... no, I just... I have an extra reason not to leave the house. Because I don't want to bump into him. It's not like I'm scared of him or anything. It's just, I don't want a constant reminder of what I had to go through when I was at school. But we do get to take the mick because of his surname. I won't say it because it's a very identifiable surname, I feel. So, but it is just a funny name. But yeah, no. I'll come down there anytime you have to leave the house and just be like, she's mine. Keep walking, dudes. Just, this is her. I've got security. It's fine. No paparazzi, please. No pictures. Ugh. I have to leave the house tomorrow though. I have an appointment. So stream could be starting a little later tomorrow. My appointment's at 2:30. It's to see the nurses again for another wound check, but depends on how much pain I'm in. It might just be delayed. It's at 4 o'clock instead of 3:30. We'll see. I was supposed to have made a story on Twitch today with my schedule. I can be there tomorrow. I don't think you want to come to the doctors with me though, Lil. As much as I appreciate the offer, I don't think you want to be scarred for life. You've maxed out the points for the stream challenge. Yeah, it's 2,000 a day. That's the max. It's fine. The thing said, if someone does 1,000 points every single day, we'll get there. I think that's what it said. It's fine. We'll get there. I mean, even if it doesn't happen, you know, I'm still going to do it. It's just, I just thought it'd be fun to put something there. So people can spend their points on that if they want. Well, I did the max for today. Yeah, but that would be why. Yeah. I just need to think of something to do to kit it up. Because I'm not buying these every time. Like, I love these, don't get me wrong, but these are for what I want to use when I'm finished with a project. So, like, when I finish with a thread, it will go on here, then it will go into the thing. So, okay, be right back. Need to feed the boys, move over to my corner. Okay, Lil. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of... oh, I dropped my needle. What I want to do. Because I don't want to keep buying things and then have nowhere to store them, because I don't even have anywhere to store these. So... and I don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money on these sorts of things. Either. started this in the wrong spot. It should be this side of the line, not this side. You probably have the thread that I would need for my Minecraft one since I lost mine. I probably do. Yeah, no, I probably do. What colours are they? I can look. I can't look. I don't have them accessible right now. But that would be funny if I ended up having them. I mean, I have a Kona 310. So I have a bunch of 3810, 3808, and 3756. Ooh, I would need to check. Yeah. I probably do though. Cause like I said the other day, and like Lumi said, I probably do have the entire collection of DMC and I just don't know. Where is this? There. Right. Let's do this again and count properly this time. Still annoyed that I lost them. I can imagine. I'm still annoyed that I can't find my Lowry stand. It's here somewhere, but where? Don't know. Pretty much an entire kit just gone. And it's not like thread's like stupidly cheap either, like we've discussed before. So it's not like it's like, oh, it doesn't really matter. It's like, no, but it does. When threads can be up to £1 here, it's like, that's... Huh. Sorry, I just bumped the frame. Oh my god. Now my thread's gonna start knotting. I had the worst knot yesterday. It took me ages to undo it. And then I undone it, and then it knotted up in the same place. Not as bad, but I was still like, oh my god. This is what the thread wax is for. Oh, I bought a new thread wax as well. Hang on. There. So, a few years back, I bought this. Right, this is really disgusting. Right, it's like bare bones. It's on its last legs. You can hear, that's the bottom of the tin. So I was like, right, I'm going to get another one of these. And this turned up. And I was like, what the heck? So I read the label that comes with it. It says beeswax, bliss, floss conditioner from Noteworthy Needle. And I was looking at both of it and it's the same. It's just in this tin now. But there's instructions on the bottom to pop out the wax. But, right, you'll come out first time now. It doesn't come out. Like, it doesn't want to come out. Because they recommend that you use one side for the light colours. Oh, Jesus Christ. Put it back. And you use the other side for dark so you don't get the dirt. Right? But you can't pop it out. So I've just been using it as normal. It's fine. It's going to get dirty. It's going to get covered in cat hair if I have to keep taking out the tin. So if I can just avoid it getting cat hairy, because nothing is sacred when you've got a cat. Everything's going to get covered in cat hair. My new mic is covered in cat hair. So I need to switch legs. Oh, my legs are so sore. And I don't know why. I woke up yesterday and they were just aching. And now they ache again even more today. And I'm just like, why? What did I do? Did I run a marathon in my sleep? Because, oh, they ache. If you've ever done, what are they called? Oh, what are they called? Not lunges, the other things. Oh my god. And anything you try to keep cat hair free seems to attract it even more. Yeah, like the muff on my mic. Squats. That's the word. Squats. Thank you, Lou. Yeah. No, have you ever tried just that burning pain your thighs get when you do squats? Because oh my god, that's what my legs feel like. And I'm like, what was I doing in my sleep? I just woke up and it's just burning. And I'm like, why? Why? What did I do? I think our next door neighbour's smoking weed. I can smell it. Either that or it's whatever's cooking downstairs, but I can smell something that smells like weed. That's the nice smell. Just, oh, so everything is just painful. And I don't know why. Lovely. Yeah, no, it is. And our windows are broken. Right, we got new windows fitted in 2021 by the council. In the 26 years I've lived in this house, not a single thing has been done to it, except that year we had new windows and doors put in. They are worse than the old ones. Like, we have our air vent shut, can still smell things. We can't catch the window, so it won't latch. So in the summer, we keep our windows shut anyway, because Zelda had an incident with a bee one year. And there is actually a clip on this channel of me talking about that story. Well, it's the council, and I've said, yeah. But don't forget to not pay rent for 1 month, because so there's no point in getting them back out. We actually had problems because they came round and they were doing both our kitchens, because then one year we had our kitchen and they were offering to do the bathrooms. I'm moving my hands around, that's why I'm not stitching. By the way, I'm just waving my hands about and you can't see. I can't pay rent when Susan refuses to help me. Susan! Bloody Susan. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Susan's the new Karen. The same Susan who doesn't know how to spell a person's name that's right in front of them. But yeah, no, so people were having both their kitchens and their bathrooms redone, and my granddad had just spent a ton of money retiling our bathrooms, so we were like, we're not touching that. We are so glad that the council did not touch our bathroom. We had a leak under the sink downstairs in the kitchen. Some of our neighbours had both their kitchen and their bathrooms done. You'll never guess what happened to their bathrooms. You'll never guess it. Not in a million years. I'll wait. I'll wait for the guesses. Because it leaked. Yes, it leaked. People had bubble ceilings. Bubbled ceilings. Unaccessible bathrooms that were turned into wet rooms, so some of the neighbours who were disabled could bathe properly, and they couldn't because it was leaking. So, because the council, which is not a surprise to anyone who lives in the UK, the council was being cheap and hired contractors who were like cowboy builders essentially. They threw away our sink. We wanted to keep, we had a double sink, so we had 2 sinks. We wanted to keep that. They threw it away. We had a porch light outside. They got rid of that. And it's like, we needed that, and it's a live wire, so now we have a live wire just sitting in a wall because he just pushed it through. And it was like, okay. And the only way to get that wire is to take that wall out. So we weren't having that because they were already botching it enough. So my rent has gone up from £9.90 per week to £105 a week. And I'm like, why is it that much for this area? Excuse me? Especially when they're not doing anything. Like, I thought the whole point of paying rent and council tax was that, you know, the council tax especially was to fix things. No. Because in my sister's room, there's mould growing. Now, where's this mould coming from? The window. Why is the mould coming from the window? Because it's got a poor seal and it's getting wet. Oh, but don't worry, the council surely put up our council tax this year. An extra 6%. I think someone is. It's either someone downstairs is having garlic or it's weed, and whatever it is, it's upsetting my nose. But I can only smell it when I look towards the window. I'm gonna message my mum real quick. It's fine. Oh god, I'm gonna hit everything just to ask if she can smell it. 1 second. No, not for a funeral phone. Right, sorry. Oh my god, I hit it again. That's 2 for 2. But you know, like, I just don't get it. It seems I don't get a lot of things, but you know, like, the way I see it is, if you're paying for something, that means it should be maintained. Right? Like, that's the reason why you pay rent and council tax, is if something happens, like this horrible weather we've been having causes the tiles of your roof to blow off, you're not going to have to wait 20 years for them to fix it. But no. I could understand if it was a bigger place, but it's a tiny 1-bed flat. It's just greed. Like, that's all it is. It's greed. These subtitles are really getting on my nerves because I can read what they say. I did not say these. I said they. Thank you. But I can just read them and it's getting everything I'm saying wrong, and it's like I need to move my mouth more. I need to enunciate. I turned the subtitles off. Yeah, no, they're wrong. That's why. I was saying to Lumi about it on Friday. I was like, oh, I use this inbuilt plugin because they don't turn on, and you can have these go onto the VOD. So you can, if you're hard of hearing, you can still listen. Well, you can read. I shouldn't have said listen, that was poor wording. But it should help. But not when it says, when I try to say enunciate and it changes it to YouTube. I said enunciate, not enunciate. I give up. But it is funny watching them sometimes, trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Oh. But yeah, no, because I'm using a plugin, because I was going to use the same one that Lumi used, the, that caption one where you can turn it off and you can customize it, but she was having issues. So, with it like not working, so I was just like, you know what, you've put this plugin in her Discord, so I was like, I'm just gonna look into it and I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and then I'll just use the other thing. But it works, it just doesn't know how to read me. which isn't great because if someone is hard of hearing trying to listen to this or read whatever is saying, if they're using like a speech to text, no, a text to speech, the wrong way round, they're gonna get confused when it tries to say I said YouTube when I said something completely different. The one-time use, when she was using the other one, it was censoring froggy. Every time she'd say frog or froggy, it was just stars after the F. And I was like, why is it doing it? It wasn't doing it on Loomies, just youth. And I was like, okay. Maybe I'm talking too fast for the subtitles, but I don't know how to slow this down. Like I said Friday, I'm one speed, and that is go. So, I apologize. Just don't know what it is. Something in me is just speed only. I do it with my games. Do it with this, do it with that, so. Ow, I smacked my light. See, now now I've blown out. Oh dear. I'm gonna try and fix this later, because you shouldn't just see blown out bits. And the problem is, this webcam doesn't have an external software. Like, if this was a Logitech camera, I would be able to like zoom in, so I would zoom in more over here, but I can't. And what it does let you do isn't a lot, because it only lets you do what OBS will let me do. And it reverts my settings every time I close it. So 5 minutes before I was due to start stream, I ended up setting the camera up, fixing all that, and then switching. I had to tell it to stop. I had to tell OBS to stop turning the camera off between scenes, because if I told it to do that, it would revert my settings. Because I tested that and it was just like, yeah, okay, we're going to remember that you don't want this blown out. And then I'd come back and it'd be like, you what? You didn't want it blown out? Oh. And it would just be blown out again. So I was like, okay, fine. We're just gonna fix it again. So. Yeah, me and technology don't get on a lot of the time. If it's not my computer, it's something else. If it's not that, it's whatever else. And it's just like, I can't be dealing with this. It's like, before I was diagnosed with Crohn's, I was always a stressed person. But since being diagnosed, stress is my biggest trigger. And I know like stress can have physical effects on the body as it is. Like, what's that condition people can get from being stressed all the time? I'm trying to think. There's a condition you can get where you're just stressed so much. Your body just goes, I don't know what to do anymore. And it's like, oh my god. Like, there's like physical symptoms. There are a few conditions, yeah. And none of them are coming to my head. Because I know it has something to do like your cortisol levels. So could it be Addison's disease or something? Addison's? Is it just Addison's? I can't remember. Because I have spoke to a nurse about it as well. Because it's like, as a Crohn's patient, you do get put on steroids a lot of the times because they're very good anti-inflammatories, because you can't take NSAIDs. My sister got that stressed in P7 for her end of year stuff, that her hair was falling out. Yeah, I had a friend who developed epilepsy because he was so stressed during what are they called? Exam season at the end of the year in year 11. He started to have seizures and he's now epileptic, and he was never before. Because I don't know if he still lives where he lived, but my mum used to bump into his mum or dad a lot of the times when she was going up the shop, and they'd ask each other how each of us is doing. Like, she'd ask how I'm doing, and my mum would ask how he's doing, and his mum was just like, yeah, he's got epilepsy. And she was like, what? Yeah, no, it was brought on by the stress of exams. So, because they put so much pressure onto us that if you don't do well, you're going to be working in McDonald's for the rest of your life, or you're going to be nothing. It's like, and what's wrong with working in McDonald's? What's wrong with having a low paying job because you can get a better job through doing that? Like, not everyone wants to start off in a high end job. Sorry, I've got to switch my legs again. There we go. So it's like one of the people I went to school with who also lives nearby me, like, for some reason, where did you come from, Zelda? You were on my bed. He just popped out of nowhere. He's going on the window, so it's fine. Yeah, no, like, for some reason, everyone just I went to school with is starting to move around here, and it's like, go away. Like, okay, I'm fine with one of them, but the other one can go away. But my mum has bumped into him a few times, and he's asked how I'm doing, and she's told him about my Crohn's and all that, and he's like, do you think that she's got that because of all the stress she went through school? Because of how bullied she was? And my mum's like, we don't know. Like, it's a possibility. Like, I think, though, like, I'm not going to go into detail because some of it's gross, but I think I've had it all my life. And it was just dismissed because I didn't have the traditional signs. Like, if you look up, oh my god, sorry, I keep punching things because I'm using my hands to talk. I should be like, my hand should be here all the time, but they're not. But you know, because like, if you Google Crohn's disease, you will get a set list of symptoms. And I don't have all of them. I never drastically lost weight when I was ill. But I was sick a lot, like a lot. And by sick, I mean catching everything. My sister brought home tonsillitis. Guess who woke up the next day with tonsillitis? She didn't even have it. She came home, she was like, Mum, I got a sore throat. She sat across the room from me because we were in the living room. And the next day, her sore throat was just a bit worse. I had full-blown tonsillitis. It was horrible. I had tonsillitis so much as a child that I was being threatened with having them taken out. Kinda wish they did. But then it's like, your tonsils are your first line of defense to you getting anything. So it's like, would I have been better off? Because now they won't take them out because I'm an adult. And I haven't had any issues since. Touch the desk. I say I have PCOS, but we're not even sure if that's if it's that or endometriosis. All I got for a diagnosis was information given to the doctor about my symptoms and a very basic physical exam, no blood test, etc. Just that. I mean, endometriosis, they have to do laparoscopic surgery to check for. So a lot of the times they don't want to do that if there's nothing definitive. I'm not saying in your case there isn't, by the way. I'm just, from what I've heard from other people, it's like we don't want to do unnecessary surgery because that could actually cause you more problems, which is the downside. And it's this whole thing. Because before I found out I had Crohn's, I've always had painful periods too. Like I think we discussed this on Wednesday, which is why I'm on like the depot injection to stop them. I didn't know Crohn's could cause that either. So it's just like, you know, when you look back at everything, you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's why I have the implant. Yeah, no, it's just, if it's working, let's just leave it as is for now. And then when it stops, think something else. Because it's, like, I get it. They don't want to do surgeries. They won't even operate on me. And it's like, guys, please, what else am I supposed to do? Like, it's not the periods that they are a problem, but they're not anymore at the moment. But I'm scared of the day where I get told that I can't have the depot anymore, because it's like, well, what else am I supposed to do? Like, I need something that stops them and is effective and has little to no side effects, because I have enough of those as it is. Oh, on the 17th is my appointment when I have to go see my GI doctor. Implant then. I don't know, something about just having them stick something in my arm. Like, there's me. I can stab myself with an injection. I can be stabbed in the butt with an injection. But just thinking of someone coming at me with the implant thing, it just makes me wheezy. I probably would be fine, but it also depends on what the doctor or whoever it is I see thinks is a good fit for me. If they say the implant, then I'm like, fine, because the pill didn't do anything other than make me feel sick. So that was fun. Because I can't have a coil. Like, it is physically impossible for me to get a coil. So, oh, my mum hasn't replied to me. How rude. I'm now starting to think it was the dinner I could smell and not weed, because it's gone. So I can get stabbed for piercings and tattoos, but a doctor coming in with a needle makes me shudder. Yeah. It's weird though, isn't it? Because you do have people that say that, like, oh, well, you can have blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but I have a fear, and it's a completely fine thing to have. It's a different type of needle, that's all it is. And that's what can get some people. It's a different type of needle. My doctor told me I can't get the coil since I've not given birth. What? Is that right? That doesn't sound right to me. Huh? No idea. No, that doesn't sound right. Like, I know my mum's got a coil, but she's had 2 kids. But I'm pretty sure you can have them even if you've not had kids. Like, why would it matter? I was like, okay then. That makes no sense to me. Like, this isn't the same doctor that has that myth, like, that has that stupid mindset of, oh, well, when you have kids, it becomes loose and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. You keep thinking that. Don't understand. You went to medical school and yet you still think that's a thing. Okay. If that's the case, then childbirth would be so easy for people that have had more than one child. Okay, sometimes it is, but that's because they know what they're doing. But some people have had to have multiple cesarean sections because the child just won't come out. And then you got the stupid husband stitch. Have you heard of that? The husband stitch? Funny, most of the time it isn't, no. Ugh. We've gone back, we've circled back to men. Right, so the husband stitch. It's a banned thing, but a lot of the times when a woman would give birth, when she would go to that post-birthing appointment and they'd do like the physical, sometimes the husband would say, can you tighten it up? So they would put a single stitch inside to tighten it, to make it feel good for the man. Yeah. The woman doesn't consent to this, by the way. Like, they don't know it's happened. Sometimes the husband or partner will take the doctor outside and say, can you neaten her up a bit? And they do. A single stitch to tighten her up because since she's had a kid, she's too loose and it's not as fun for me anymore. Yeah. Yeah, no. The husband stitch, that's why it's called the husband stitch, because they want it. Yeah. Never mind the fact that it could actually cause more problems for us. Nah, it's fine. Well, you know, you have a hand, go do that. Idiots, yeah. And then you have men that demand sex within 6 weeks of having a baby when you meant to wait. What is it, 6 weeks? 8 weeks? 12 weeks? You meant to wait a certain amount of time before you're supposed to engage in sexual activity after having a baby. Because you can get pregnant again. But no. Oh, but it hurts because we haven't had sex in a... Go get a hand. You've got 2 hands. Rub one out. No. Or they go and cheat. That's the worst bit. They'll go, well, you wouldn't let me have sex, so I went and found it myself. And it's like, really? We haven't had sex. Well, excuse me, I pushed out a child. That's not an excuse. That's not a good enough excuse, though. You're supposed to be willing and ready when your husband says, sex now, please. Not even with the please, actually, sex now. And it's like, how about I put a watermelon up your backside and make you push that out, and then I'll go get a dildo and I'll shove it up there and you tell me how you feel. How's that sound? Does that sound fun? No? Oh. See, because that's what it sounded like when you asked me. So... No, you don't. Okay. You sure? I've got one right here. No? Okay. Next time. Yeah? How's that sound next time? Because it is ridiculous. Until a man, a biological man, goes through what we go through, nothing's gonna change. Because that's how it's going to work. Have you seen those videos where they put the TENS machine onto men and it's like a period? machine, and it shows like this is what a level 1 cramp feels like when a woman's having a period, and they go, oh, it's not that bad. And then here's a level 10. This is what most people experience, and they're just like, oh my god. And it's like, how do they function? Yeah, we still go to work. Yeah, because our bosses just go, just take an Advil. Just take an Advil and come in, it's fine. I think all men should have that happen to them. They should all just have that thing put on them. So story time. My ex was and is very religious, and his religion doesn't believe in sleeping together before marriage. He was explaining this to me, and the first words out of our mouth were, "Aw, but I like to try before I buy." But a lot of the times the men don't. They don't wait. Because they can't. Like, I've heard of a few very religious men who just couldn't wait. You know, it's like ground into us, into the girls, that you have to wait. Purity is very important. Don't go wearing that skirt because it shows your ankle. You can't do that. You can't wear that top. It shows too much shoulder. But men are allowed to just wear the short shorts. No top. And it's like, Like fundies. They are the extreme end of that scale. It's oh my days. It's so funny to listen to them being like, God's willing, God is great, and it's like, oh, that I wasn't allowed more tattoos and piercings, and I was like, yeah, nah, this isn't it. You already had tattoos and piercings when you got together. What are you supposed to do? Just be like, oh, these are temporary, they'll wash off tomorrow, it's fine. And then tomorrow they're still there. Oh, I didn't wash them off, it's fine. Get out of here. You came with a label. You know, you had you had the label that says, I came pre-tattooed and pierced. If you don't like it, then tough. And he was like, you can't get any more. And you were like, what? He wanted a submissive, religious little wife. Was his name Gaston, and he wanted a bell? Was that what it was? No. Like, they have things set up to find them wives. Like, if he wanted submissive, they could have found him one. He didn't need to find someone who clearly wasn't gonna fit that little stereotype he had. If anything, he just wasted both of your time. Which is his fault. Like, I don't understand. Maybe this is why I'm single, because I'd be like, you want what now? Yeah, no, that's not happening. Bye. I just don't know. What makes a man think that they can change us? You're gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, oh darling, I've come to the decision I don't want these tattoos or piercings anymore. Let's go spend a ton of money, more money than I paid on the tattoos and piercings, to get these removed. I mean, you know me, I'm fiercely independent, and you don't need no man. That's all I hear when I hear the words independent. I'm independent and I don't need no man. They just seem to bring problems. You know, it's just one of those things. Plus, I have to leave the house in order to find someone, and that ain't happening anytime soon. So, subtitles, I did not say dying. I just looked up and it says find someone and dying. And I was like, what? These subtitles are killing me. They're wrecking me. But, you know, what is it with men in general? We keep just circling back, and the issue just seems to be men. That's all it is. When I was trying today again, a guy told me that Shax wouldn't be sleeping on the bed if he was there, and I was like, you're right, if that's your attitude, then you'll be sleeping in the cat bed. The cat was here before you, mate. So guess what? Take a long walk off a short pier. I just, honestly though. And he'll be here when you're gone. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I don't understand. What makes someone think that they can just come into your life and make all these changes and dictate what you or something or someone can't do or can do? Like, oh, well, now we're together. You don't need X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no, X, Y, and Z were here before you. So X, Y, and Z will be here after you. Because you're not staying long at this rate. I have my boys. Don't need anyone other, mate. Yeah, it's just, I read so many things on Reddit where a person's like, oh, my wife's unhappy because this happened, and it's like, The best one was the guy that wanted feet pics. I sent him Shaq's paws and he was not amused. Well, feet are feet, mate. You didn't specify. What is it with people and feet? Why do you want to see feet? Ugh. There are websites you can go to. Like, if that's what gets you off, like, no, like, kink shaming, but why? I don't even want to see my feet. No, same. I don't understand. Like, there are websites that have famous people's feet on them. Like, you have to be so careful. You take one picture and your toes in the picture, guess where that's ending up on Wiki Feet. Starting quiet on set. Oh boy. Oh. See, I haven't seen it yet. So, but do enjoy. I mean, you can't really enjoy what you get what I mean. I like to watch it on the weekend where I don't have to worry about, like, having to pause it in the middle because Lumi started or someone else has started who I want to watch stream. So it's just easier to leave it to the weekend. Or when I know that someone's not gonna go live that day. We can have a run once you finish it. Or once I watch it, yeah. It shouldn't take, it's like, what is it, 4 episodes? I feel like I saw 4, but I could be wrong. I can't count. So, there could have been more. 5. See, I told you I can't count. don't know what it is. You know, it's just, it makes you wonder, like you know, like Hollywood's not the best place for kids. I just don't get why a parent would want to put their child, someone who doesn't even know what's going on around them, into that sort of environment. Like one of the girls in one of the films started to put on a bit of, in one of the shows, started to put on a bit of weight. And I think it was the executives or the producers turned up to her house and told her she needed to lose the weight because they already had a fat girl on set. And it's like, what? What? Like, they would give, oh, what's her name? Oh my god. There's feet already in this, yes. That's all you're probably going to see. Children's feet. Lovely. What? Who was it? I can't remember. Judy Garland? She played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She was given a strict diet of amphetamines and cigarettes. It's just started to chuck it down outside. Well, there's that heavy warning for rain. Yep. Yeah. Because she was older than what they wanted for Dorothy. So that's why in the film her braids are over her chest, because she was starting to develop, because she'd already reached puberty. As well as what happened to Marilyn Monroe. It's just, I'm going to keep saying I don't understand, because I honestly don't understand. Because it was also the in thing, like, oh, want to lose weight? Smoke some cigarettes. Like, because back in those days, that's what it was. Pop some pills, not knowing they were amphetamines, and smoke some cigarettes, and you'll lose all that weight in no time. Never mind the horrific side effects of both smoking and drugs. But, you know, when a doctor's telling you it's safe, what are you supposed to do? Ah, damn it. What happened? You don't have Netflix? No, I don't. I don't. Is there something on there you think I should watch? There's a series on there called Unbelievable. Is it on anything else? Because if it is, then I could watch it on something else. But if it's a Netflix only, then no. Let me check. Okay. Because sometimes streaming services will have like oh, well, you can show this on there for this long, and it's like they share. Netflix only. Ah, that's a shame. It's based on a true story. You know what the problem is? You're gonna get me interested, and then I'm gonna be like, what's another subscription service? And the way the girl is treated for reporting what happens to her makes me sick. Ugh. Nothing happened to the police officers that were dealing with her case. US by that all. I mean, not that the police is great anywhere, but when you hear it's in the US, it's like, oh, of course. Of course it was there. I feel like I've heard something similar. But it could just be, you know, it's a common thing where people report things and they don't get believed and nothing comes of it. Person's treated horribly by the people that are supposed to care, and it's like... And then something else happens years later and someone else calls it out, and then they look into it and they're like, oh, this happened this many years ago as well. The first time. And nothing happened. Because the police were inept. Because what's the point in hiring people to do their job if they don't do it? What a great use of taxpayer money that is. A police force. Like, I don't know how many true crime stories I've heard where a person's gone to the police because they're being abused at home by their partner, and the police just go, have you tried telling him to stop? And they're like, really? And then the person ends up being murdered, and would you know it, it was the abusive partner. And then the abusive partner gets away with it because, oh, she never filed a police report. And it's like, oh no, she did. She did. It's just, you just didn't believe her, and you were like, oh, you're just wasting our time. There was I listened to a Canadian true crime podcast at night. Whilst I'm winding down, I'll be listening to an episode, and one of the cases I heard was about basically what I said. This woman was in a relationship with this man. The way it was is, I think they were... See, it's not seek. I can't remember how you actually say it now. Sick? I think it's pronounced like sick. And in their culture, they do arranged marriages. And they had a bunch of children, and the first one... So I'm reading the message. I'm reading the little... Oh, that is infuriating. Ugh. Now I'm gonna have to probably find Netflix and watch it on there. At some point, add it to my growing list. But anyway, I think... Yeah, so if it was wrong saying sick, because it sounds like I'm taking the mick, and I'm not. But I'm pretty sure it is pronounced like sick. I might just say seek, so I don't sound like I'm taking the mick. I love true crime. Watch it while I'm stitching. So do I. I love watching true crime. I have like debated about doing like on Tuesdays a true crime Tuesday, where I'll have like in the Discord a true crime playing, like an episode playing, and we can talk about it, but people in the Discord can listen to it and talk about it without it going up on here. But that might have to wait. Do it, yeah, because I'm like, I'll be there. It's just, I just love it. And it's not like I'm one of those sick people that that gets off on people's misery. It's just, I actually wanted to go into forensics. Before all this happened, I wanted to go into forensics to solve cases or to help solve cases. Because it just interests me. And so true crime's my other way of dealing with that, because I'm like, ugh, I wish. But no, the secondary school I went to screwed me over. I couldn't do my my science exams because they wouldn't let me do the assessment beforehand, so I didn't get to do it. And I also don't know how I'd manage doing forensics with Crohn's. So, I don't know, maybe that would have been more treatable back then. Anyway, so it was an arranged marriage. They'd had other children who had had an arranged marriage, and theirs was fine, but this person's had turned out terrible. Her husband was abusive after they got married. I watch Kendall Ray on YouTube and follow her podcast, Mile Higher. She does a lot of true crime. Oh, see, I have strong opinions about Kendall Ray. I don't watch her, but the Mile Higher podcast subreddit keeps popping up in my subreddit feed, and some people are like, who were fans of hers, have come out and said that she's not a very nice person. One of her recent cases, Jessica, I think it was, they did like this whole docu-series sort of thing on it, on her case. Apparently it was very bad. And I don't know, I tried to watch it because everyone's like, oh, she's so good. I just can't get into her. And yeah, I watch Bailey Sarian, and it's like, so I'm like, I don't know, for some reason, if I don't like someone, I apparently have very good reason not to like them. It's like, something about them just turns me off. I just can't get into it. Like, a lot of people have said that when she first started doing true crime, she was a wonderful person, very careful with the cases she picked and stuff like that, and now it's like she doesn't care. Especially since she's had a child. And this is me just going off what pops up on that subreddit. I literally do not follow it. Love the news pop-up I just got. Let's have a look. Oh. Why? Why? This is the phones are listening to us. I mean, it's very obvious that they do. Like how, since I've been talking about crochet, I've been getting more crochet recommendations. I will admit though, some of them are amazing. I ended up last night watching this video of this woman putting together some light and dark versions of cardigans, and I was looking and I was like, they're just granny squares. I could very easily make myself a cardigan. And then I'm like, oh god damn it, no, we're not starting this. Come on, brain. We're not doing this. We've already got this to do. Yeah, no. Like, my mum gets those sorts of things as well, where it just pops up saying like boy 5 stabbed fatally by another child, basically, and it's like, what is this world coming to? But yeah, back to the Sikh. Once I work out how to pronounce that properly, I will say it properly, but I don't think it is sick. Just something about it feels wrong. The baby is fine, not harmed, but still, yeah. The baby now has no mother. And I haven't read the article, and it doesn't say anything about a father. So I hope that that baby hasn't just been made an orphan. If the father's not in the picture and wants nothing to do with it, with the baby. I just don't get it. Like, why do we have to kill each other? There wasn't much in there about her family. Let me guess though. Did she reject him or something? Anyway, back to your story. So, arranged marriage, first marriage between siblings was fine. Second marriage, it didn't say. Oh, okay. But I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, first marriage, they married and they were fine. Second marriage, not so great. She ended up being abused by her husband, like not long after they moved in, because in their culture they also don't move in together until marriage, or at least in this case these two didn't want to until they were married. So it was basically like and in their culture, divorce is a no-no. It's a big no-no. You do not get divorced. But she did actually, after a while, admit to her family that she was being abused, and they were actually okay with her splitting up with him. Because I think the reason why she didn't want to come out to her parents to say she was being abused was because he was fine. Like, they did this whole, like, meeting with each other, getting to know each other. It wasn't just a straight, you're marrying this person. Because the parents were an arranged marriage. I'm explaining this so poorly, I apologize. It was ages ago that I listened to it, so I'm trying to rack it through my brain. So the parents came from like a first generation family, and they immigrated, whichever one it is, to Canada for a better life. And they did keep up some of their Sikh values, but they also didn't want to be so harsh with their kids. So they were like, we're going to keep the traditions, but if this sort of thing happens, you can tell us and we will fix it. Like, it was an arranged marriage, but both parties had to be fine with it, basically. So he put on his best act until they got married, and then like 5 minutes after they walked in, he started to hit her and all that. What's that? Oh my god, a raid! Oh my god! I was just in the middle of a true crime case and I got a raid. It's a Bean Team raid. Oh my god. Why is this music continuing for so long? It's fine. Welcome in, raiders. Savage Grey, thank you for the raid. Now see, my bot was supposed to do all the things, but it didn't, and so I'm gonna have to try and do it from my keyboard that I can't reach. Oh, how was your stream? Stare at the eclipse with glasses. Yes, that's very important. Of course, I saw you saw a little frog and had to come by. Oh, thank you. Let's see, I need to like try and reach this keyboard. This is a mess situation. Ugh, come on, keyboard. Let's just give you a shout out. Oh, thank you for that follow. Perry Filler? Did I say that right? I'm sorry if I didn't. Please let me know if I said that wrong. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm so glad. I like butcher names sometimes. So I'm glad to hear that I got that right. So welcome on in, everyone. I'm Emma. And you're welcome, Savage Grey. I'm Emma. I'm a primarily cross stitcher on Friday. If anyone was here on Friday, I was crocheting. My first ever time. Like proper first ever time. I have dabbled, but I've never made anything. You did great. Oh, thank you. I was so nervous, you know, and scared that we would spend 3 hours doing nothing. It was called the ECAL, which stood for the Emma Crochet Along, but it was going to be an Emma Cries a Lot instead. It didn't though. Came close. It didn't. I was there. Oh. I'm also very sorry to anyone who was there if you couldn't hear the other person I was with, Lumi Celine. I checked the VOD because I wanted to make sure you could not hear her, and I really do apologise. I don't know why. I didn't have time to make sure everything worked. So I don't know what happened. I'd never collabed on Twitch before. I'd also taken a 2-year absence from streaming, so it was all just a panic for me. So yeah, I am currently working on the HAED SAL, or the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along. I am doing the frog. That's all I'm going to call it because I can't remember the whole thing. But this is basically a big picture was cropped down to this size, and I'm currently working on these 2 pages, not there and there, but the ones above it, the bigger pages. And then I did this little slither that you can't see if I just there. And that's what I finished. I started that on Wednesday and I finished it yesterday, so now I'm working on the first proper page. So I've got this page and that page to do, and then that's it until July, August, when the next 3 pages will come out. So I'm just trying to get this done because I'm very bad at keeping up with SALs. Very bad. But I seem to be doing alright with this one. But I have neglected all my other ones. All the ones that I planned to start this year. Gone. Pretty nails and gorgeous nails. Oh, thank you. This is Mooncat's. I think it's called Pangaea. See, I don't know how to say it. The subtitles picked up what I said, so I must have said it right. But yeah, this is Mooncat. It's looking more blue. It's more like a dark blue with like a red shift in it. You can kind of see the red. Yeah, I was wearing Pangaea. Yeah, that's what it's called. It was from their dinosaur or prehistoric collection. Ooh, they shine. Yeah, they have a shimmer to them. In the bottom, it looked completely red. So, because it's a shifting polish. Yeah, no, I've been interested in Mooncat since, when was it? October last year, so not that long. Going to lurk while I eat lunch. Okay, Savage. Thank you again for that raid, and I hope you enjoy your lunch. Yeah, so I've built quite a collection already. Spent a lot of money because they're an American company and they have to get sent all the way to the UK. But the colours I was wearing on Friday, I was wearing 2. I was wearing Garden of Evil and Fields of Elysium. So, from their latest Persephone collection, which isn't actually Persephone. It's supposed to be Persephone, apparently. I've heard people say it's not pronounced Persephone, it's pronounced Persephone. But I don't know. Persephone sounds better. They look great. Thank you. I spent hours. Persephone? Persephone what? Yeah, no, it's weird, isn't it? Persephone? No, it's Persephone. Yeah. It's their latest collection, and they have another collection coming out on the 14th or the 12th of April. And I'm like, oh dear. Just gonna give them more money. It's fine. I didn't just buy from them recently. I would eat Vietnamese pho at Persephone though. Persephone though. Oh. I've never had Vietnamese pho. But then again, I can't eat a lot as it is. So. Oh, just noodle soup. Oh. I don't know if I can eat a noodle soup. I probably could, depending on what's in it. But with the way I've been lately, I don't know. Yeah, just before I was raided, I was talking about a true crime case that I had been listening to on a podcast. And I'll probably finish what I was talking about. So you are kind of like, those of you that came in with the raid have kind of come in kind of near the start, but you also won't know what I'm going on about. So... crime? What is that emote? Little cheer. Yeah, I was talking earlier about how I love listening to true crime cases because I did want to go into forensics before I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease and just my health being a mess because of it. I'm still here just watching this show. It's alright, Lou. It's fine. You're watching Quiet on Set. Is it interesting so far, or is it just feet? Still. Because I just think it's creepy. Why make a docu-series about a person with a foot fetish just to put the feet on there anyway? You could have gone done, but your body stopped you. Interesting and creepy. They're talking about Amanda Bynes, or whatever her name is. Amanda Bynes. Yeah. I didn't realise. I was watching the Do We Know Them podcast, and a while back they did an episode on her, and I didn't know who that was, and now I'm like, oh. But I never watched the Amanda show. I mean, it did start. When did that start, though? Oh, Nickelodeon one. Yeah. I don't know who she is. She's just basically a child star who's kind of gone the Lindsay Lohan way. Like, not fully, but I was a baby / toddler when this was happening. Yeah, I think I was that too. Which is why I don't know who any of these people are. I say that. I know who Drake is from Drake and Josh, but I never watched it. 2009 maybe I would like to say. I feel like the Amanda Bynes or the Amanda Show was earlier than that. But either way, I never watched it. Like I was saying earlier when we were discussing a little, I never watched any of those things because they just never interested me. The most I watched was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Oh yeah, 2001 to 2002. Yeah, I was still, let's see. I was about 4 or 5. According to Wiki, 1999 to 2002. Yeah, okay, so 2 to 5 then for me. I definitely wouldn't have been watching that then. My country experienced reruns, so maybe we got it late. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. All I know is I never watched those things, so I didn't see how creepy they were. It's like with the Colleen Ballinger situation. I just couldn't stand her when I was a child, so I never watched her content. Kinda glad. There's I just didn't see the point in a woman wearing lipstick that was like, it was because it was like clown makeup to me. Colleen Ballinger. She's basically come out, well, she hasn't come out. People have come out against her and accused her of grooming children. With evidence. It's not like accusations. This is like, it's not been proved in a court, which is why it's like alleged. But there is proof that she was creepy with children. As a kid, they weren't it. It was fun for me. I mean, everyone has their opinion. I just didn't vibe with them, and I don't know why. And now I'm like, I'm kind of glad because it meant that I wasn't exposed to creepy things. I mean, I had the internet, but you know, because the internet was a thing, a new thing before they put a bit of a lock on it. Amanda Show was just sad, really. Oh, SNL, really. I never watched it. I know it came from Dan Schneider making a show called what was it called? I literally watched a thing last night that spoke about it and now I can't remember. All that? Oh? What are we owing about? I don't know this Colleen woman. I think you should be glad that you don't. Little. It was a spin-off of all that, yeah. Yeah. Again, it was before my time. I didn't really start watching those sorts of things until I was like 9, 10-ish, because I was too busy just watching Pokemon. Because I didn't really care about those things. It's weird that it was my childhood. I don't think it's weird. I mean, it is when you look back, but we didn't know what was going on. like in hindsight, it's like, okay, yeah, no, that thing was creepy, that was creepy, but the whole point was they made it so children wouldn't notice. It was like an inside joke for the adults. You know, like those one-liners they put into cartoons to be like, that's for the adults. And it just goes right over our heads because we're young and innocent. Pokemon, Sailor Moon, and Naruto, my childhood in a nutshell. Mine was just Pokemon. I feel like there was... And Digimon. I did watch Digimon. I did not like Naruto. I had a friend, this is the same friend that ended up with epilepsy, who watched Naruto, and I got so sick of him talking about it, so I watched an episode and I was like, what is this? What is this? I couldn't get into Avatar: The Last Airbender either. I have since watched some episodes grown up since, you know, like last year or something, and it is actually a good show. But when I was a child, I was like, this is rubbish. So it's fine. Don't come for me. I like it now. I mean, like The Shining with Kubrick. I heard about how he terrorized the actor, but kind of just accepted it as a movie process. Oh! You went about The Shining, the horror film, and how they kept it from the kid, and he just thought it was just this show or film, and then he didn't. They even had to give him a censored version for the what's it called? Where the actors look at it first before it goes out into the world. And he was like, "Oh, this is just about a family going on holiday," and he knew nothing of it being a horror film. Not cat, that kid. The mother figure. Oh. Yeah, I've not seen The Shining either. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just don't watch anything apparently. I used to watch horror films at my friend's house when I'd stay over, but we watched like the classics. Like Halloween and Saw. But not, I didn't watch The Shining, I've never seen it. I've seen the Simpsons reenactment of it. When they do their treehouse of horror. Saw is fun. It's silly. When you watch it back, it's like, oh, this is silly. Yeah. I don't know what it was because I just never watched like a lot of horror on my own. Because I have a very overactive imagination. I was so scared of, you know, in what are they called, scary movies? I think it was the third one. I apologize if you can hear a bird screaming. That it's Loki. He is just upset about everything. And he just likes to scream. It's fine. Yeah, I watched Scary Movie. I think it's 3. The one where they take the Mick out of oh my god. The Grudge. And there's the scene where she comes out of the TV. That scared me silly. I was staying around a different friend's house for a sleepover, and we kept the telly in the bedroom, and I was just like staring at the telly all night some nights because I was like, if she comes out this telly, I am going to scream. Yeah, she got beaten up. That was funny. But the bit where she's coming out of the telly horrified me. Because I was a child. I watched a lot of horror as a child when I probably shouldn't have, and it's fine. Yeah. Like when they did Scary Movie 2 with the skeleton. I think it is. It's one of them has a skeleton in it. And then they end up taking the skeleton apart and putting it back together all funny, and they were like, ha ha ha. When like seconds before they were like, oh my god, he's gonna get us. That scared you as a child too. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it was. It's just like one of those things where you look back, you're like, I shouldn't have been. But I was a child. I'm hoping this thread will last. It's getting a bit, you can't see it properly, but it's getting a bit, you know, when it should be retired because it's getting on its last legs, it's getting those bumps in it. Yeah. So it could just tear at any moment. I hope not, but it could. The ring was quite defining. Which one's the ring? Oh no, yeah. I'm using thread wax too, and it's still like on the verge of like splitting. It's fine, we are nearly done with this strand. I just got to fill in this little section. It's just with every pull, so I'm going to go slower with it. Because I'm normally quite aggressive. Lumi! Hello, Lumi! Oh, my bum's going numb. The ring is where they called out the TV. Oh, yeah. This brain, honestly. I used to have, I don't have it anymore. I'd still do, it's just not on any of the slots. I have a brain frog emote. I should bring it back. How am I? I'm in pain. My butt hurts. That's where I'm gonna leave that. What? You want me to save? What am I supposed to be saving? Brain frog? Yeah. That's normally used when I'm like playing a game and I'm being told to save or I'm drawing. It's like, please save. So. Mummy! Mummy? Sorry. Mummy? Sorry. Mummy? Sorry. Yeah, I just need to go through my emotes and sort them out. Probably redo the brain frog one. I mean, I also have that loading emote. That's kind of what it's like. Emma, you gotta watch this show. We need to have a run. Okay, Lil. I'll try and watch it as soon as possible. As long as I've at least watched a single episode. When you've got one more stitch in this section. Oh god, don't drop the needle. Little's got some opinions. That's what I'm gathering from this. I can wait for you to watch it all. Okay. Well, what I'll do then is I'll watch it this weekend. Oh god, don't dare. Oh no. It's all. It's fine. It's all where I wanted it to tear. It didn't tear right at the end. It's fine. It's fine. I still have all this. Let's just snippety snip. It is really bad. It's like I have a little pot here that I keep all my orts in. There was a colour. I literally used it yesterday. There it is. Right. And which colour is this? 3799. Did I just throw some on the floor? No. And this is what the thread looks like when it starts to get at its shelf life. Like, so I had all this, but it's all just looking, and I test it, I go, and there you go. So it's like, that's no good. Into the bin with you. So it's just, I'm too heavy-handed. That's what it is. I shouldn't do that. No, this is me. I'm also stitching on 28 count 1/1, so this fabric is quite rough, so it will tear. And I'm using stupidly long strands. I'm sure if I was using shorter strands it wouldn't, but it's fine. I'll fix it. I just don't like using short strands because when I got to all this, it's like, what's the point? Now it's a pin stitch. Let me tell you, pin stitch on 28 count. Oh. There. See, it was done with anyway. Emma made me do it. I did nothing. I did nothing. Yeah, I brought it up because, how did we even get onto that topic? I'm trying to like rack my brain. Was it just men in general? And I got onto that. We were talking about men. Yeah, see. Men. Again. Yeah. Again. I feel like every time me and Little start to talk, it's either Susan or men. There is no in between. Susan, men. Peh. I thought it was a doc and not a series. It's a docu-series. That's what it is, Lumi. It's a docu-series. These subtitles are the bane of my existence right now. Bloody Susan. To any Susans in chat, we are not talking about you. We're talking about a very specific Susan. Not all Susans, okay? Just this one and the one from Hasbin Hotel. So, I just like clear it up in case there is a Susan watch who's going like, what did I do? You did nothing. Unless you're the person that messaged Little. Then. But nah. Not all Susans are Susans. Susan? Susan. I showed my mum the Susan clip where Charlie just loses it and she was like, okay, I see. Because I was just saying to her about Susan. She was like, why do you keep saying Susan like that? Is Susan the new Karen? I don't know, because Karen's a Karen. In my opinion. They can be Susans and Karens in their own respective rights. So look, I'm waxing my thread so it shouldn't tear, but no, it will. It's fine. I'm reaching for the wrong side for my needle. But yeah, we've just been talking about men and stuff, and that's how we just keep circling back. We could talk about anything else and then men will just come back. And it's like, ah, yes. Again, not all men, but enough of them. Which led me to my true crime discussion. While I was working on my HAED, it was tearing a lot. Then I started using half the length I usually do, and that solved it, yeah. But if I'm not Freddie Mercurying it, it's not long enough. And please tell me you know what I'm on about when I say that and I don't just sound like a crazy person. I have a knot on the back. You've all seen that meme, right? With the Freddie Mercury picture. With the long strand of thread. I'm gonna have to just pull it out and redo that. Yeah, see if it's not that long, it's not long enough. I cut mine to a nice predetermined length for when I do stitches over 2. They're just ridiculously long because I'm stitching over 1. But I can get so many stitches done. So, but the longer it is, the more it knots. So, it's fine, I'm dealing with it. For anyone needing context. If my needle is not coming into contact with my throat, it's too short. Because for some reason, I put it straight and it's like, one day I'm gonna... Oh, for crying out loud. Why did I have to get a knot like this? Accidentally catching your throat while stitching. I haven't yet, but it does come close. I'm more likely to stick the needle down my finger. Have I done it? Almost. Oh, there we go. Right, I'll start again. I feel like my stand's too low. That's why I keep hitting it on the... I just pulled that because I caught it. Oh dear, 1 second. Let's see. The thing is, this will sink. And I have this tightened up as high or as tight as I can get it, but it will just sag. So if my stitching slowly disappears down, you know why. You'll never guess who had to do some frogging at the beginning of stream. But don't worry, it wasn't stitching that she did on stream. It was stitching she did last night at midnight. Yeah. I had to frog this section. I didn't have all this done. I had this bit here done. And I had to rip it out because Emma can't count. This had 3 stitches instead of 2. So this was all off by 1. So that was fun. It's fine, I fixed it, but ugh. It's just become like a thing now. I just can't count. Oh, I just pulled that out. Why would I do that? This thread is testing my patience right now, though. There. Now that tail is a little long, but we're cutting it off anyway. Some people stitch it in, but I cannot be bothered. There. It's like, it's not an Emma stream if something doesn't go terribly wrong. So I feel like on every stream I've had a cross stitch on, I've had to frog something either on stream or after. It's why I don't start projects on camera anymore. Zelda just made a noise where I stopped because he made a noise, so I went to go see what he was up to. Because sometimes cats make a noise and then you end up with puke somewhere. And he's on my bed. Let's not. But no, he's fine. Oh my god, my worst nightmare is one of the cats puking down my HAED. Because my Doctor Who HAED is just sitting by the windowsill. Uncovered, I'm tempting fate. I also have a bag next to me that has another bag on top because a certain Zelda decided to throw up on my threads. So that's why there's a bag on top now, so he can't be sick on them. I'm so sorry to anyone who's eating. I'm really sorry. But yeah, it's the joys of owning a cat. OMG, that's daunting it is. I just apparently like to live dangerously if it's not in a way. And it's a HAED, you know? Like, it's only got like a few, like it's only got like, I think it's like that much of it's done, but the frame it's on, it's massive. If I could grab it easily to show you lot, I would, but you would just, the mic stands in the way. Because I have this massive scroll frame that's like, you can't even see my hands, but it's really long. And I had the Eevees on it when I was working on that on 25 count. And it was like one of the biggest ones I could get. It's also got the clips. It's because I hate sewing them on. So I found one with clips. And oh my god, it's so much nicer. It's basically like a Q-snap, but on a scroll rod. And it's, oh. Speaking of, we currently have a challenge going on with channel points, where if we raise a certain amount, I will kit up and start a HAED live on stream after I finish this. So like, even if we don't meet the goal, I was planning to do it anyway, but I thought it'd be like a fun thing to do. And silly me set it all up and didn't actually press the start button on it, so there's me going, everyone can do it, and then it was like, Emma, and it's not there. And I was like, oh, we're doing it. Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we don't, I'm still doing it. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. I do that all the time. You set a goal and it's like, no one's put any points into it. I wonder. Oh, right. You have to actually press start. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm really fidgety today and I just can't sit comfortably. I just don't know what it is. Well, my legs really hurt as well. They feel like I've ran a marathon or done a bunch of squats. For some reason, I just woke up yesterday and they were hurting, and then today it's like, oh, they feel worse. And I don't know what I did. You have to start it, but I did start it. Yeah, like, because the wording's confusing, because you set it up and you're like, okay, that's gone live now, I've done it. Because I did that over the weekend. I was like, washed my hands, like, done. And then I was talking about it and Little was like, it's not there. And I was like, oh, don't tell me. Big purple button, start challenge. Ugh, why? Why? Twitch, just make it so when I create a challenge, it starts it for me. Don't make me press extra buttons. That's one too many buttons. It could be staring at me in the face and I'll still be like, no, it's fine. It's done. No, it's not. She started it and I maxed the points that went in and out. Little was like, you're starting this. Yeah. The HAED I will be starting is, I always want to call it something else. I think it's called... No, see, I just want to call it what I call it. Which one's next? Well, if I go into your Discord, I put it in there. So I'm just going to find it. It's called Melody of the Night. It's that blue one. The one that's mostly blue with the couple. And the dog. And they're walking the dog. It's that painting like one. Because I have everything to start that. So... Oh, yeah. I put it into one bag instead of like the 70 million bags the people from Wool Warehouse put it in. So that's a very pretty one. Me like, yeah, it was literally uploaded that day to HAED and I was like, ugh. Like, I don't agree with what HAED's doing, but I'm gonna support the artists that aren't using AI because I just don't think it's fair to boycott a whole company and then those artists don't get paid. Sorry, I have another knot. I'm not just sat here not doing anything. I have another knot. Like, I've heard people wanting to pirate their pans and I'm like, guys, come on. Come on. Like, okay, what HAED is doing is abhorrent. It's unethical. But guess what's going to happen when the artists who have made a stance against AI and have said they're against it, they will never use it, guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to leave the cross-stitch industry. Because what are they going to do? What are they supposed to do when everyone's fine with pirating their artwork or their patterns? Like, I see it as, I'm not giving money to HAED, I'm giving money to those artists. And if you really don't want to pay full price, just wait till there's a sale, which is what I did. Because they had their, what was it, St. Patrick's Day sale when that came out, so I got it then. Along with a bunch of others. And, so that's what I plan to do. I only plan to buy from certain artists. And then once they leave HAED and go somewhere else, that's where I'm going to go. I'm not going to stick with a company if the artists that I like aren't there. So. It's like Margaret Morales has signed a contract with Diamond Art Club. And so some of her art's being released as diamond paintings. Oh my god, let me show you this one. I bought it and it's sold out now. It came out Saturday. And ew, that's Google. And I snagged it and I was like, I need it. Because Margaret Morales stuff sells out. So let's hope the glare isn't so bad. That's the picture, but this is what it looked like as a diamond painting. So I'm like, oh my god. Another diamond painting to add to my collection. And these are the other ones she has on there. Hang on. I haven't got this one yet. But there's this one. And I'm just like, ugh. Where's the artist? Let me just show you more of her work. Then there's this one. I really like this one. If these came out as cross stitches with HAED, I would snag them in an instant because I'm like, oh my god. This one though. Look. Just, and she's done some Studio Ghibli artwork. She has a Howl's Moving Castle piece. I think there's a print of it on her store. And it's just like, oh no. She's also done Disney ones. I was actually expecting that from someone else. But who this be? Margaret Morales. Unless you're about who and one about expecting. But Margaret Morales. She's a watercolor artist. It's just like chef's kiss. Sleeping with Butterflies, and that, you know, that Lunar Goddess one you really liked, you nearly bought because I'd bought it and was like, should I kit this up? That's from her as well. That June Blossoms is by her. Where's my HAED folder? So yeah, Lunar Goddess, Sleeps with Butterflies, Ivory Crow. That one I loved. June Blossoms, Celestine is a lovely one as well. I think that's all the ones I have from her at the moment. There are other ones on the HAED website that I plan to get when they next have a sale. But yeah. Love. It's just so... It converts so well for some reason into cross stitch. Like normally you wouldn't expect watercolor to. So I plan on doing one of those eventually. Because I have to. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to end up starting like every HAED I own. And then I'm going to have so many on my plate that I'm not going to know what to do. Because I've got 2 restarts planned. I'm going to restart the Eevees. But I'm waiting for Little. And Little can take her time. I'm not rushing. I've got all these other things to do. I've got to restart Beautiful Secrets because I don't like the 25 count I'm doing on the plum. So I bought that. That fabric that I bought from Chromatic Alchemy is actually for Beautiful Secrets. So that's what that's for. It's because she kind of still block shades. Even though it's watercolour, yeah. I'm trying, but bloody Susan isn't helping. No, don't worry, Lil. Don't worry. Like I said, I have all these. You've seen the list. You've seen all the things I plan to start, so you're good. It could be 2030 before we start it, and I'll be fine. Okay? So don't worry. When you're ready, when you're like, Emma, I am ready, I will be like, let's go. Okay? No, it won't be 2030. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it could be 2030. I'm not saying you're gonna take that long. I'm just saying. No, don't spiral. I put my foot in it now. Where's that shovel? I just keep digging that hole. I'm like, Emma, let's go. Yeah, see? But I'm just saying, if it was 2030 and you said, I've got all the threads, I'd be like, let's go, let's do this. I'm just saying, it's not going to take that long. But if it does, I'm fine with it. These are long projects. Look, this will be my first and probably only HAED finish this decade. Because it's small. Okay? So don't worry. It's fine. Like, honestly, you should see, one day I'm going to get down every project that's up on the shelf and we're just going to be like, Emma, how long are you expecting to be alive for? A lot longer than I think I am, apparently. And don't forget, I've got those 2 Gecko Rouge kits coming. So don't forget about those. I'll be like, Hyperfix on the Eevee one. Yeah, but HAEDs, after a while, like, the nice thing about this is by the time you start to get sick of it, it's done. You have days or whatever it is to work on other things. Like, so it's like a nice break. But like, I have the gamer to do. She's got to be done. She's been in the works since 2019. And all I had done was 1 page in 2020. Because I was like, oh, guess what? I don't have that many projects. Because I didn't at the time. I was like, I'm just going to, for a whole month, work on that project or at least finish a page. Because at the time I had the gamer and I had Pokemon, my Gen 2 epic Pokemon. And I was like, oh, I'll just work on them. Oh, and I also had my Eevee HAED. So I was like, I'll just work on them. I'll work on a page. And then I found Sleeping Luna Designs. And then I joined a bunch of cross-stitch communities and here we are. So I started to join all the SALs. I started all the projects. I need to look and see what I'm missing for the Minecraft one and let you know. I'll just tell you, like, yeah, I had that. Yeah, I had that. Yeah. I would actually be surprised if I do because I don't keep track of where all my threads for every project is. So I've tried to be better about it so I know when I get my Lakeside Fabric Thread of the Month Club for the DMC set. I can mark what I have already on the floss chip and what I need to put into a bag of spares, so I know where those are. So I have been trying to keep some sort of a track, but it's not working. But then again, I'm like 3 months behind on the thread of the month because of this. So I'll get round to it eventually, she says. Because I was on top of it. When I got that, I did December's and January's. Wait, how? Yeah, 3 months because I haven't done February, March's. No, I don't know. I'm so many months behind because I haven't done them. I think it's 3 months this month if I don't do it. Again, I could just do it on stream, but my desk becomes a mess. So, we'll see. Actually, I want to... How is it nearly 7 o'clock? It doesn't feel like it's been that long. How? Oh, Lumi, if you're still here, how was your birthday yesterday? Did you do anything fun? I think I remember you saying you were going out for dinner with Alex. So, I hope you had a good time. It's a possibility she is staying up for stream, so she might not hear any of this. So it's fine. I'll ask her again later, in her stream. Yeah, I had it as Lumi's birthday on my phone, but I don't think I even got a notification on my phone, which is like hella rude. You know? I was like, oh, I'm gonna put Lumi's phone in my calendar. Oh yeah. It was good. Some friends brought over pizza, and then me and Alex went to get Cold Stone. Then we played games the rest of the day. That sounds like you had an amazing time. What kind of pizza? Just regular pizza? And what games did you play? I'm gonna be nosy. I'm glad you had a nice day though. Cold Stone is an ice cream mix in place. Oh, extra pep. Ugh. Oh, I want pizza so bad. I'm gonna cave in one of these days and order myself a Domino's. Oh no, that's a half stitch. Played mostly Dredge and he played COD. How is Dredge? I've been looking at getting the Dave the Diver Dredge bundle. Because I did see your sister play it when you raided her that time and she was playing it, and I was like, oh no. This is one of those games I can get sucked into. Oh, you've played it as well, Lil? Oh dear. Maybe when I work out if this computer will explode with me streaming and games, it shouldn't. But because this should be a beast of a computer now, but it's having those issues. I'm scared. Like, I don't want my PC to blue screen. Like I did that one time. So, because once your PC blue screens once, that's it. You're like terrified. And I did nothing. I had Discord open. That's all I had open at the time. And now when I open Discord, it's like not responding. So I have to open up Google to wait for that. So that's fun. So, oh, Molly, should we jump on the desk now? Oh, woman. Well, cat. Right. But you know, I just need to work it out. Like, I don't know if it's a graphics issue or it's not a compatibility issue, because if it was, my computer wouldn't boot. So it's just something. And it's just working out what that something is that's annoying me. Oh, come on. I'm trying to split screen things and it's not doing its job. Do. It's not letting. Oh my god. It's a Kel. Yes, Kel. Hello, Kel. You missed a stitch. Probably. I probably have. So you never know. I could be looking at this tomorrow and I'd be like, oh, Kel, you were right, I did. Because we all know I can't count. Case in point, I have actually missed a stitch. You can't see where, but I have actually missed a stitch. Right there, that should be 2. I can fix it in a second. Wait, where am I? Wait, I might not have actually missed it, actually. Hang on. No, okay. I'm a liar. I haven't missed it. I haven't stitched it yet. I just marked it off as I had. But almost. You almost got me, Kel. The panic in my voice. You probably heard that. No, it's fine. Is this on evenweave? It's on 28 count, evenweave 1/1. Yeah. So it's super duper tiny. I was just messing with you as I do the stitches. You nearly got me though. I did nearly think I actually had missed a stitch. Molly, are you in the windowsill or not? Right, she's not. Okay. I've got to adjust again. I'm gonna like chop my legs off in a minute. Because they're just so painful. No, look out. Like, lately, I cannot count. I had to unpick this section when I started today because I stitched it last night. I had to unpick my very first stitches at the top of this page. So, I just won some fabric from Bestitch Me of linen and evenweave. Oh my god, I can't wait to see pictures. Zelda, leave her alone. Zelda. Give me a second. Zelda's being a turd. You go there, you go there. 1 second. Oh. So proud of Stitcherama, I might be like, poke, help! Pro Stitcher. I mean, I'm also proud of Stitcherama, but phone. I meant pro this time. It's fine. My phone does that to me all the time. It's annoying. I'll type something to my mum and it'll be like, yeah, so you actually meant this. And it's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, I'm pretty sure you did though. No. Right. Zelda was just staring Molly down, and I was like, let's not do that. So I just took him off the bed. Oh, these cats. Oh, my legs. I feel like a baby deer. I feel like Bambi on the ice. Evenweave. Hang on, I actually can grab something real quick. It's like above me. 1 second. Right, so this isn't evenweave. This is linen. This is my, what's it called? Cardinal Point by Long Dog Samplers. This is a linen. So, this is a 40 count as well. So this is like a bad example. I don't know what size you've got. This show is making me want to go punch this guy. You mean, what, Dan Schneider? But, so it's uneven. Like you can see here, there's these slubs. Down here, some slubs. So I'm just gonna put that over there for now. I'll put that away later. Yeah, so it's linen just is a bit difficult because you have those slubs and it makes your stitches look funny as well. So I don't think I moved this mic arm back to where it should be. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'm sorry. Yeah, him. Bleh. Bleh. I need a scrunchy emo, like a bleh. A disgusting. Like that woman who goes in there. Which one of yous that a poo and not flush the toilet? Disgusting. That's how I say it now as well. I say disgusting. But yeah, no, I just... One day we'll go through a bunch of things and we'll make emotes on stream. Gotcha. Yeah. I'll share once I receive them. Do you know what count they are? Or no? Because I can do a cross stitch masterclass. Because I said to you if I would do one. Because it's kind of hard to teach people how to stitch when I'm using 28 count 1/1 because that's not accurate. I could use... See, I can't use Ada, so I can't stitch on Ada. I don't know what it is. Something about it now I just don't get on with. So it's fine. I have projects on Ada that I'm going to finish, but I'm not going to go out of my way to buy Ada unless it's for black work. Because black work, I feel like I can't count, so I can't count what I need to do on that. So I could do, like, once I finish with this and I work on something, I could do a little streamy stream. Oh, Zelda, now you're wrecking the joint. I tried to stitch on 11 count yesterday and wasn't satisfied after stitching on 14 and 18 count. Yeah, wait till you get to the 28 count. You will never be the same. I go 32 count even weave is my go-to right now. Because it's just that nice. It's that nice, you know. It's 16 count essentially when you stitch over 2. Sorry, I have Lumi talking in my ear and it's distracting. I'm gonna turn it down a little. There we go. Yeah, so if you do get the even weave and the linen and you're very confused, I can do a stream where I go over it for you, because I don't mind, because I was confused when I started and now I can't stitch on anything else but. And it's like, it's taking the mindset of you're stitching over 2, which is the equivalent of, was I first to stream again? I might have been. It might have been me, yeah. Yeah. Look, if I'm not first to stream, even when I'm streaming, then what am I? Loom even tried to go live early without me knowing on Friday, so somebody else could get, and I still got it. And I'm like, yeah, I think we just need to make me a separate one, so then everyone else has a chance. Just do, here's Emma's first, and then here's everyone else's. I should make one for mine to see who gets it, but I think I know who that will be. Because she's in my DMs asking where I am whilst I'm trying to eat. I usually just stitch on AD. Yeah, I'll have to go find. It was like, don't know who that is. You talking about with love, little, with love and affection. No, not bad mouthing you. Love and affection. I'm usually working, so I'm usually popping in when I can. No, that's fine. Like, working's important, earning money's important. You know, I'm sure Lumi would be upset if you were skipping out on work to watch her stream. I would be upset too. So. Ah, you can badmouth me. I know I'm a little gremlin. No. Every time I talk about my friends, it's with love and affection. Every time. Do you know what? I was looking at my emote stats, and my smug emote has been used so many times, and it's Keshi. I think it was 70 something. I might be completely wrong. I might be talking on my backside. Hang on. No, we don't want my stream. I didn't ask for my stream. I asked for this. Where was it? Because I was laughing. Sounds like Keshi. I'm actually surprised she wasn't in here earlier. Just smugging at me. Because normally I'll open up OBS to start stream and I'll be on this scene and I'll just see my smug emote just appear out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh, there's Keshi. She might be working. She's put it in Lumi's chat, so which is fine. I just thought it was funny when I just open up stream and it's there. If I can't find it right this second, I don't know where it is. Yeah, that. It's just that. Where was it? I'll look again after stream and then I'll send it to you, little. I'll start doing it now. I just think it's so funny. Because, you know, like the last time I had people like my art this much, they ended up turning on me and telling me I was copying. It's like, okay. Like, please come up with an original idea that somebody else hasn't done then, because you probably won't find one. If I'm being honest. So. It just annoyed me. How dare you copy? technically, my emote is a copy since it's Shaq's. Little, how could you? Little, how could you? Tap tap. No, it was literally, I have a green frog with pink cheeks. And if they were doing that to you, then they are not worth it. No, they're not my friends anymore, Kel. So they caused me a lot of physical and mental stress. Didn't even ask his permission either. Lil, how dare you? That's copyright infringement. How could you? I know that should be. He saw no profit from it. He doesn't know how to do his taxes. Where else is this cat food gonna come from? Yeah, no, so I'm just like, you know what, I don't care. As long as, you know, someone doesn't try accusing me of tracing, you know? Wow, Emma, how non-original of you. Make a frog green and add a blush colour to their cheeks. I know, Kel, I am so sorry. I would rectify it, but too bad, so sad. Yeah. That's how I feel right now. Too bad, so sad. At the time, my heart was completely broken and I couldn't eat. I probably had what I didn't know at the time was my very first Crohn's flare because of that event. So that's fun. Yeah. Because like I said, I didn't know that stress can cause physical symptoms, and I found that out the hard way. Yeah. And yet they knew everything. They knew everything I'd been through. Yeah. I joined your Discord and was tempted to use a wrecking ball. I mean, you still can. No one's going to see it, you know? Since a bunch of notifications have been going off and then no one said a word on it. I came in like a wrecking ball. I mean, I was having this issue with this one person in my server, and that's why I didn't feel like posting in there. Because they'd be in my DMs, and it's just like... So, but they're gone now. So, I don't know. Emma, I need you to know this and remember this. This cow is here to stay. Very hard to disappoint. The head ninja in that aspect. Thank you, cow. It's just, you know, when you have what you think is a bunch of people behind you cheering you on, plus you made my side duck in a bikini. I love that. It was like the silliest little drawing I did as a joke to guess what Lumi's sticker was going to be. And I was quite close. I don't think I will ever change that profile pic. I am honoured. Every time I open up the Discord and I just see it and I'm like, there's Kel. There she is. And that was like, I disappeared as well from the community for like a year because I dropped off the face of the world in 2021. And then I came back into Lumi's stream and did that, and then everyone was like, we like you. And I was like, yeah. I don't think I will ever change that profile pic. Maybe until I draw a better one. And then you can change it to the better one. I don't know. I don't have a reason to draw Psyduck yet. Lumi started her birthday cow today. My yarn is in the cupboard because I'm still like, I'll do it at some point. I think it's just this is a big responsibility right now. This is the one sound I don't want to get behind in, because if I get behind in this, then oh my days. So, we raiding Lumi. We will be raiding Lumi soon. Does anyone want to come up with a raid message whilst I finish up some stitches as well? I'm not going to end this thread, or I might be here for ages because it's still quite long. But I am getting hungry as well. So I think I love that it says this is my bikini body. Yeah. He's got his farmer tan lines. We riot. Okay. Anyone who's not a sub can use the BTTV emotes to use for the raid message, because they do work in Lumi's channel. So you don't have to be a subscriber to use these emotes. I did make it so that can work. And because Lumi's added them to her channel, you can use them over there too. So that has worked out splendidly. It's just, I make too many. I've made so many emotes that I ran out of room. And I had to use BTTV, and I have to pay for it, so I get extra emotes. I can have 250 emotes. So, and I think the number increases every month I'm subbed to BTTV. And I've been with them a year now. I have 460. I've used 25 out of 460. So if we have any ideas, I've got room on BTTV. The second episode of the show, OMFG. Now I want to know. I'm gonna end up caving and watching it before the weekend. I'm gonna like start it tonight once Lumi's done. Because it's just one of those things. Like, how did they think that this was okay? Or that they were going to get away with it? Because they were children. They do the things that all creeps do in this situation. They go, shh, this will be our little secret. If you tell your parents, you won't become famous and they'll be upset. That's what they do. They manipulate them. And children don't know. If children haven't been told what consent is, they don't know. Which is why it's even more disgusting. Because a lot of the time children aren't taught what sort of touching is allowed and what isn't, and who can or who should and shouldn't touch. So it's like if they're not taught, they can get exploited, and it's disgusting. It's sad, because then those children who grow up don't know any better, because it's all they knew, and they can sometimes go on to be a perpetrator themselves and end up making more victims. You know, I can read Lumi's chat, Kel. I can see. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like there's something between him and Amanda, but she's not come out and said anything. Not saying that nothing happened because she hasn't said so. It's weird that everyone's coming out and saying this and happened, and she's not said anything. And then her behavior, it's like something must have happened. He helped to get, what's the word? It's not emancipated. What's the word? He basically helped her dissolve the relationship with her parents, and she moved in with him. Excommunicate? That might be what I'm thinking of. His brain's turning into mush. So. Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure this is right. I think it's just my line might have gone off here. I think that's what it is. Emancipation, that's the word. I have too many words in this head and it was getting confusing. Sometimes I combine words and it's great. I mean one word, but I say a different word, or I say the same thing and it's the two just smashed together. But yeah, no, I think when I drew this line, I went like that. Yeah. So that's why it looks funny to me. Okay. I'm gonna do these 4 stitches, and then we will call it here for today. Did we decide that We Riot is the raid message for today? Yes, I've got 2 stitches left. Right. I also have a knot. I keep catching it. It's on this. It's just there. So. Right, we'll come up there. Right. And that is... Should we see how many stitches that was? I have ended the stream with 251 stitches. Not bad. I did have to frog a few, and I'm a bit slow because I'm talking too much, which is fine. So, ow, my ankle. Oh, I don't know if the mic picked that up, but oh my god, my ankle. Ouch. Right, let me grab my Twitch. And then put me there. Right. Let's go raid Lumi. I think we decided on We Riot. How are we doing it? We're doing... I'm trying to... We're doing it like this? Is this how we're doing it? Why are they not moving on my end? There we go. It's just that because I haven't clicked. One of them's not moving for me. There we go. Is that the one, or are we going to just do just the gremlins? Or two gremlins? Two gremlins and a thing? And a smug? What's the idea? We'll probably just go with the one. So, that is the raid command we're doing. We riot. Because we're going to go raid into Lumi Celine. So I can type it out. There we go. Right. I want to thank you all for coming to my stream today. I want to thank you all for the raids, for the follows, for just being here. Tomorrow's stream could be later because I have an appointment at 2:30. So there is a possibility stream could be just like half an hour late instead of 3:30. It could be 4 PM BST. And again, it'll be working on this again. Like that's all I do is this. Because it's all I can think of to work on until it's finished, because why? I'll get behind. So once again, I still haven't done my actual ending screen, so we've still got this one. So I will see you all back here on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. Don't know what I'm saying like that. At maybe a later time. And yeah. Thank you all so much. Go show Lumi all the love. Go create chaos. Go do all the things that I would do. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.